May 2nd in this bitch. I got my coffee, got my phone, played with the phone for about a week. It's time to see what all the fuss is about. What's going on, people? It's your boy Brass Tax in this bitch. You already know. Sorry guys, I'm sounding like a cocaine addict in this bitch. Let me tell you why. It was your boy's birthday yesterday, but prior to that, your boy has had the flu. Now I don't want to say cold, because you know how us men get about colds and shit. We act like it's bigger. But your boy was dying in this bitch. Irrespective of that, your boy had a great birthday, and that's what I'm gonna say. I can't say more than that because your boy don't want to get arrested in this bitch, but he had a great birthday.
Initial thoughts.
I am primarily an Apple user. I've been an Apple user for a long time. The reason I will continue to stick with Apple only because of the ecosystem, right? I have things linked to various different Apple devices and it works well for me. Now the iPhone is a reliable phone. I've had no issues with it. But let's just be honest, it's pretty dated. And my secondary phone would be this one right here. Last year I had the S7 Edge, liked that phone, and this was a perfect time to upgrade. If there is any Apple user who told you they didn't feel a certain way when they saw the unveiling of this bitch is lying. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous phone. Let's not get it twisted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the pros and the cons, and then my final thoughts. So let's talk about the pros. Let's not play any games at all. This display is A1. A1. Now I'm showing you this footage. Just look at it. Just look at the colors popping out. This shit is gorgeous. This display is unmatched. It helps that this is a HDR capable display. It's HDR capable, UHD certified, what have you. Video on this looks amazing. It really does look like it's popping off the phone, and the curves, it's just a very, very immersive experience. Let's just be honest. The design of this phone is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It really is. It's one of the first phones I've had that actually felt like a futuristic phone. It's very 2017, 2018. Samsung's been very good at this lately, especially with the display. I've got a feeling all the other phones are just going to follow suit with this. Hardly any bezels on this bitch. You know, it just looks A1. Another pro is obvious. It's water resistant, it's dust resistant. People are saying it's the same camera since last year. It is the same camera, but let's just be honest. The S7 Edge and even the Note 7 both had fantastic cameras. So if it is the same camera from last year, there is no issue there. But the front-facing camera just looks gorgeous. They've bumped it up from 5 to 8 megapixels. Some of you guys lately have been complimenting the video quality on my recent reviews. It's with this bitch. Best camera in the business. I've played around with the Google Pixel and obviously the iPhone, and this one just blows out of the water. So if you love your selfies, it's a no-brainer. And one thing I do hate about Android phones, specifically Samsung phones, is TouchWiz. And what I can safely say is TouchWiz is at an all-time minimum right here. They've really streamlined it and you don't really even feel it. You don't even really notice it's there, except one thing, which I'll get to later. Feels very nice in the hand, a little slippery, but it is very comfortable to hold. I've not had an issue with this phone at all. Now, when you got your headphones connected, you know, primarily the AKGs, the sound is an improvement. You know, I found that there's a number of people who own this phone who don't even get into the proper sound settings in this bitch. So what you want to do, ideally, is you want to go into sound quality and effects and take advantage of the DAP sound. Seriously, stick your earphones on and go through the little beep test, because it's going to bring out the most out of your sound quality during phone calls and music playback. I was a little concerned about the battery life, but I use this, go on YouTube, everything else, and it lasts me throughout the whole day. I've never run out of battery midway through the day. Battery's pretty good on this also. What I really like about this as well is the fast charge. It takes about an hour and 20 minutes to get this back up to 100%, and that's from 0. Great fast charging on this bitch. There's so many good points about this phone. It's jam-packed full of features. I could spend all day on the positives on this, but let's talk about the negatives. Guys, Bixby is an asshole. Let's just keep it real. Bixby is the biggest waste of time currently, especially in the UK. You can't take advantage of any of the features really. The fact that they've implemented a standalone button on this bitch is a motherfucking nuisance. Let's not fuck around, right? Do you know how many times I've pushed that button accidentally? They're really trying to push Bixby, and I think they should have waited until fully realized. I like the idea of what Bixby can do, but to give it a separate button is just a waste of time for me. Something which everyone has complained about is the fingerprint scanner. I can't tell you how many times I've smudged the camera lens. Seriously, guys. You're trying to access it from here and you're trying to reach it, you're trying to feel your way around. Sometimes it's easy just to put the code in. The SIM tray is flimsy as hell. I was putting the SIM card in there and the memory stick, it is really flimsy. I thought I might break it with just a little bit of pressure. It really does feel flimsy. It didn't in previous models, but it does in this one, so be careful with that shit. The speaker sound quality is weak as hell, people. Speaker quality's never been Samsung's strong suit anyway. It's a bit tinny, but coming from the iPhone 7 Plus, everything has its trade-offs. Guys, here's another issue, a well-documented issue as well. It's an 18.9 screen, so it's a bit strange, right? The aspect ratio is wider than normal. I don't mind. I really don't mind. But here's the thing. There is an option here when watching YouTube videos where you can actually expand the screen. But what it does is it doesn't stretch it, it crops it. So what will happen is obviously you're going to have heads being chopped off and what have you. It still looks beautiful, but if you've got hardware like this coming out, you really want to make sure certain apps are optimized for your screen size. I hope they have a fix to this soon. And finally, guys, if you've got this, I strongly recommend you get insurance. Primarily, it's glass. You drop it, it's fucked. Let's not pretend that it won't be. Please, these aren't cheap phones. Definitely insure it. You're going to regret it if you don't, I'm telling you.
Final thoughts.
Issues I have with the phone, some people aren't going to be too bothered about anyway, but what I will say is that this is an amazing phone. In terms of features, in terms of design, this is the phone to get right now. I'm curious to see what Apple do, and this coming from a big Apple fan. There is nothing wrong with this phone. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been out with this phone and people have stopped me and said, oh look, can I have a look at it, blah blah blah. Oh, it looks really nice. I've been thinking about whether to get it. People have been asking me what I think of the phone before this. I love this phone. It is a great phone. You cannot go wrong at all, people. You can't. Leave your comments if you've got the Samsung S8 or S8 Plus. Tell me what you guys think. What are your experiences with it so far? Are you thinking of picking it up? Comment, guys. And I will holler at you guys soon. Take care.